I've been on YouTube since its inception, but only in the last 3 years have I really taken it seriously and tried to actually build channels for clients and myself on it as a form of income. And right now I'm getting really close to something that I've never been able to accomplish, and that is getting a YouTube plaque, hitting that first 100,000 subscribers. Okay, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm not good on camera without a script, but here we go. This next series is basically my road to 100 subs, my first YouTube plaque. And I kind of wanted to take you along the journey. I guess to do that, I need to start at the beginning. I've been on YouTube since 2006, since it started. I was living in an apartment with two guys. YouTube came out and we started posting stupid videos. So I've had my channel for 20 years. It still only has 2,500 subscribers. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that and a lot of reasons I learned over the last 3.5 years of actually taking YouTube seriously. But after, I don't know, I started my company video production in 2009. And it was a pretty standard video production company up until, 3 or 4 years ago. And just the rat race of finding clients, keeping clients, losing clients, and doing the corporate world. I just kind of wanted to do something different. And I wanted to not always be searching for clients and build retainers and produce stories, which is what I'm really good at. So I started pitching the idea of producing YouTube channels for people. And my first big client was Toy Federation, which is a vintage toy store in my hometown. If you want to know more about that, you can go to their channel or you can go to my other channel and learn all about Toy Federation. But basically, I'm producing the Pawn Stars of vintage toys. Every week we put up an episode of someone bringing in their childhood toy collection, seeing how much it's worth, and deciding if they're going to sell it to the store or not. That's the show. That show's taught me a lot about YouTube and how it works and how miserable it can be and how rewarding it can be. But right now I'm stuck on that channel. It's my most popular channel. I have a few clients that I picked up that I manage their YouTube channel and they have, almost 500,000 subs, but I didn't get them all those. This one I started from zero, like most of my channels. And right now it's kind of sitting at 95,000 subs. And it's slowly getting to 100,000. And I'm just desperately trying to hit that number. And so I'm going to take you on a journey of me doing that and what I'm doing to kind of, help accelerate that. Because the algorithm changes. And when I say the algorithm, people get really like locked in on this, the algorithm, blah, blah, blah. Just replace algorithm with people. You're just following patterns of viewers, what they will and won't watch. So anything that I do and say that's algorithm related, it's based on people's patterns. And so you have to make changes to accommodate that. I'm in a niche market with this one. That's also why it's slowing down now, because we've kind of reached our target, even within the toy community, where people have 500,000 to 1 million subs. This one is so specific because of, basically the star of the show. He feels a certain way, has a certain opinion. And so, he gets like-minded people, which is how YouTube works. But I'm trying to, as best I can, keep that authenticity, goodness. as well as trying to reach a broader audience. And so this next couple of episodes is all about what I'm going to be doing to reach that. We have an episode coming out this week. Let me just pull up, and then I'm gonna screen record so I can kind of show you. One thing I've learned about YouTube is consistency, not only with your uploads but with your topics. If you ever see a YouTube channel and you're like, gosh, every week is kind of the same topic, that's by design, because YouTube will figure out, every time you post a video, YouTube's got to figure out who to push that towards. Now, if you post a video that does well, and then you post a follow-up video, like a true follow-up to that video, YouTube already knows who to push it to. And so they'll do that immediately once they realize, oh, this is about the same topic. We know who liked it. Let's push it to them. So that's also why I'm making this into a series. So if you're here now watching, thank you. You're at the beginning. The second video and the third video, and if I do a fourth video, they'll do much better than this one. But you're here now, and I appreciate that. So I really need a hat and a hair tie. But let me go ahead and pull this up. So this is Toy Federation. You can see, we're right here at 94.5 subscribers. Total lifetime views, 22.2 million, 220 videos. This number is kind of down. We usually average about 1 million views a week. But part of the problem is we keep this show pretty authentic. What comes in the door is what we film. We don't fluff it up. So if we don't get a lot of good trades, it can kind of hurt our numbers for a minute. And then, we also can't be consistent. Going back to what I was saying, like if someone brings in G.I. Joes one week and brings in Star Wars the next week and then brings in Turtles, you'd really want 3 episodes of Star Wars and 3 episodes of G.I. Joes and 3 episodes of Turtles to build, like I was just saying. So I'm trying to take our episodes that we've shot and go through them and organize them in a way that's that I can cluster them together. Sorry, I don't know, it's hard talking on camera. I'm not good at this. Again, if you're here, thank you. But yeah, these are our videos, and you can see, well, let's go back. Yeah. So this was kind of our thumbnail process for a while, because I realized yellow text that stands out does well. It gets clicks. And then it kind of evolves. The simpler the thumbnail, the better the videos we're doing. And so I did that for a while. And now it's kind of evolved into this. And everything I'm doing is based on what I'm seeing other channels do. And what I'm, from the stats, what people are watching. This thumbnail from this most recent video, not doing so great. It's different. It's not as polished. That's the big thing about YouTube, is it continually gets better, and more people are doing YouTube really well. So it's gone to the days of just posting a funny cat video. People are putting out for real TV shows, high quality stuff, and you're competing against them. And as a viewer, when you've got limited amount of time to look at something, and you see thumbnails, you're going to pick the more polished one. Unless it's just something that you're really into, and then you're going to pick that. So there are outliers to this rule, but I'm fighting, all the other toy channels and all the other toy channels that we've created from our own channel success. We create our own competition because people see how successful we are and they want that. So everything's kind of evolving. And you can kind of see on this video. This video it's been up for almost a week. It's sat at 10 of 10 all week until yesterday, and I changed the title to The World's Oldest G.I. Joe Collection. Because the world's greatest, the world's oldest, the world's whatever, that gets clicks. And so you can see it bumped up, one number. So I'm kind of giving you a brief overview to catch you up on Toy Federation, what this channel is. If you want to go watch it, please go watch it. I don't want to spend all my time describing it because I'm just giving you an intro video to this series of me trying to hit 100,000 subscribers and what it actually takes. We're 3.5 years into producing Toy Federation. Now, that's a long time for some channels. And I've kind of explained why. But, for us to hit 100,000 in 3.5 years for a vintage toy channel is pretty good, especially when you look at our like-minded channels that all sit somewhere between 5,000 and 15,000 subscribers. We're doing really well. And we're making good money because we're talking about money. And advertisers will pay more to be on channels where people are talking about money. So that we have that going for us. But really, at this point, I just want that plaque. I want that plaque behind me to say, like, I'm an official YouTuber. I've hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm ready to go. So, again, like you can see, this week's video right here that's going up tomorrow, I've titled, I'm actually doing some A/B testing. She sold us an abandoned toy warehouse. She sold us her grandmother's forgotten toy warehouse. She sold us an abandoned warehouse. And then the thumbnail, what's inside? Creates an information gap. Abandoned warehouse, what's inside? I want to know. So the reason why I did this, it's not really a lie. It's kind of clickbait, but like she inherited a warehouse of toys from her grandmother who passed away. When you die, you abandon your warehouse. And she's selling us toys from it. Now, the reason why I picked that is because there's a lot of abandoned warehouse videos on YouTube that do well. So I'm trying to get that market. But then if you go back just a couple, he found this collection in an abandoned building. And this has only been up since the beginning of May. It's got 170,000 views almost, where our average is like 60 to 70,000 views. And we never go below 40,000. Like, even this 9 of 10 latest videos at 36,000, it'll hit 40,000 over the next couple of days. That's just, we have 40,000 always. We're always going to get 40,000 views, which is great. But I would like to get to the point where we're always getting 100,000 views. And so that takes always hitting with a thumbnail, always hitting with the title, obviously all my editing, which I will go through in later videos, and then clustering. That's my biggest issue. Making it a series, having, like what came out last week, what came out this week, what came out next week, are all the same idea. So YouTube knows where to push us quicker and quicker, so we build faster and faster. So if this is something that is interesting to you, this is kind of like the preliminary video of me kind of talking about it and telling you what I'm going to be talking about, and kind of just building up, letting YouTube know, hey, like I'm about to start this whole series on my road to 100,000 subscribers. And the next 2 to 3 videos will be about my road to 100,000 subscribers. So if this is interesting to you, hit that subscribe button, and I hope you stick around. Also, if you have any questions, I'm not a YouTube expert, but I'm going to give you what I've learned from doing this for several channels. I produce Bull Airs, which is a sneaker company. I'm trying to make them as big as Nike. I know that's a lofty goal, but why not? That's my goal. I produced for Pixel Dan. He's got a toy hunting channel and a toy review channel. I've got my own vintage toy channel where I go and interview collectors because I'm meeting them. And that's kind of the yin to the yang of the Toy Federation channel. And it does pretty well. I produce a channel for my wife's business, Local Stature. I produce a baseball card, sports card, Pokemon card trading. That's just in its infancy. We just started that one, Goats and Grails. So I'm going to kind of be going through all these channels, but focusing on Toy Federation, trying to get that 100,000 mark and what I learned from that, applying it to my other channels. And hopefully you get something out of this and you have your own road to 100,000 subscribers and it helps you in some way. And I'm going to get better on camera, right? This is also a lesson on how to just be natural on camera and not always need a teleprompter or a script or an outline to do this. So if this is interesting to you, please watch. Thank you.